Hey Barberton, this is Mayor William Judge with this week's question and answer session. First, I want to thank everyone who came out and donated to the Change for Change event we held last night at Scoops over on the east side. The beneficiary was Girls on the Run, which is a great program for girls in our Barberton City Schools here to build confidence, and it's just a great organization. So very pleased with the outcome and the Change for Change at Scoops yesterday. All right, getting to the questions. First one, what is the purpose of the new concrete lot on First Street? I believe you're referring to the public lot, the city-owned lot behind Al's Market on First Street downtown. We put in some new concrete sidewalks, and then also on the south and east side of the parking lot, we put in some stormwater mitigation. So that area does not typically flood, but anytime we can hold water back from entering our system, the better the entire system is. So incorporating stormwater features in everything we do is something that we're doing moving forward, and we've been doing for the last few years. We have to look at stormwater mitigation from a bigger perspective, a more regional perspective, and incorporating this into our projects helps the entire system. So what they did was they put in some stormwater mitigation features, again, on the south and east side of the lot. So all the water coming off of the lot will drain into a storm sewer system. It'll be held back and enter the system slower, which helps the system at large a lot better. The next step is to resurface the lot. So we'll get a brand new lot. We did install new lights, so there'll be better lighting at that lot as well. So a full, complete project there on the First Street lot. Next question, what is the current status on the oil spill at the Tusk River? How long will wildlife be affected? Who pays for the cleanup? So Noble Oil will pay for the cleanup. The Ohio EPA, again, is running the investigation and the cleanup efforts with Noble Oil and the environmental team. The current status is that they're continuing to monitor the Tusk River. This will go on for the next 3 or 4 weeks. They will take test samples. They will continue to monitor and assess the situation, and all cleanup efforts have to meet the Ohio EPA standards. So the Ohio EPA will continue to be on location. Same with Noble Oil and the cleanup crew from the environmental company. Again, Noble Oil will pay for the cleanup. Things are moving very well, so we stay in constant contact with all the organizations that I just mentioned. So it's continuing to move forward, and cleanup efforts are continuing as well. Next question. Would love to see some road work get done. Looks like the city is at a standstill. Quite the contrary. There's a lot of road work being done. 4th Street downtown is not complete yet, so there's more work being done there. Parent Asphalt, who is doing our residential program, has already started. They've been on Miami Street and on Grandview, and they have 19 streets throughout the entire city that they're working on. So that project is starting there. We have some other federally funded or partially federally funded projects that will be starting here in the next week or two. There's a difference between resurfacing a road, which deals with engineering at one level and redoing the road and a whole process there, versus reconstructing a road, which is more in depth, takes a lot longer to engineer, and a lot more variables that have to be dealt with. So we want to make sure that the storm sewer lines are clear and functioning properly. The sanitary sewer lines are functioning properly. The water lines are addressed and functioning properly. The storm inlets, looking at the curbs, looking at the sidewalks, looking at the lights. Even though that we don't own the lights, we want to make sure that we're working with the utility companies whenever we reconstruct a road. So this stuff takes years. And then you look at if there's any soft spots underneath the road. So there's a lot that goes into not only resurfacing the road, but reconstructing the road, which is a lot more in-depth and takes a lot longer to engineer and to construct. So more work is going to be getting underway. Also, the intersection at Worcester Road North and State Street is continuing to move forward and progressing very well. So there's a lot going on throughout the city. Next question. People want to know if it's a possibility to have a swim day at Lake Anna again, maybe once a year. when I was a youngster here in town, we were able to swim at Lake Anna. A lot of things have changed over the years. There's a lot of liability, there's a lot of cost with insurance, and then you have the cost of having lifeguards and all of that with having any type of swimming place. There was a news report just this morning on municipally owned pools and a shortage of lifeguards and the need for these pools, but funding has really dried up. So we can take a look at this, but I know that there's a lot of cost on the back end towards the city. And having a free swim day at Lake Anna doesn't bring any revenue, so we want to make sure that we're doing everything properly and that what the expenses are versus any type of potential revenue that's coming in. And we want to make sure that it's a safe environment for everyone as well. And that's where the cost really comes in, having a swim day at Lake Anna. Next question. You have mentioned several times that road construction will happen on both Snyder Avenue and South Van Buren. Will this construction take place at the same time, or will the work be staggered? So the work will be staggered. So it's anticipated that Snyder Avenue will be resurfaced before the South Van Buren reconstruction project. So again, getting back to resurfacing versus reconstruction, Snyder Avenue will be resurfaced. The South Van Buren reconstruction project, that's going to take a lot longer to reconstruct. It's a longer stretch of roadway. There's a lot more that's involved with that. And so they're still finishing up the engineering of South Van Buren, and then it'll go out to public bid, and then they'll start the construction project. So South Van Buren's not ready to start yet. There's a lot more that goes into it. Snyder Avenue is a lot more has been done. It's closer to being started than South Van Buren. So they will be staggered. Next question, why hasn't the street cleaner ever come down Jefferson? So we clean the streets. The street sweeper goes down streets that have curbs. Jefferson doesn't have any curbs, and I'm not sure which section of Jefferson you live on, but the cleaner only goes down the streets that have curbs. We can take a look at this and see if there's a buildup, maybe not the street sweeper, but maybe there's another piece of machinery or that we can take down Jefferson, or we can bring our employees over there if there's a large pile of gravel or something that needs cleaned up. So please contact my office and let me know what block of Jefferson you live on, and we can take a look at that and see how we can remove if there's a pile of gravel or dirt or something like that. So please contact my office. Next question, why doesn't the city enforce when trash is to be put out? Our neighbors put it out on the street 4 or 5 days in advance. It's not supposed to be taken out until after 6 p.m. the night before. Again, please contact me. Based on the notes given to me, I don't know who sent this in. I'm not sure what part of town or what street this is. We do enforce this, but please let me know. Contact me, private message me, email me, call me. Let me know so we can look into this and then we can take the appropriate action. Next question. Why are citizens charged for not mowing their lawns, and then the city mows it and charges the property owner when the city doesn't mow their lots? This person is assisting a Barberton resident on improving their property and make it presentable for sale, and the city lot next door is never mowed unless this person mows it. Again, contact me. I'm not sure where this is in the city, what street or what neighborhood. Please contact me, let me know, and we will get that lot mowed. Want to make sure that it's truly the city's lot. We can look into that, and then we can start maintaining it. Second part of that question is dealing with trash. Says that there's a couch that's sitting next to a dumpster on the corner of 14th and Tuscarawas Avenue. I will send someone out there today. We will take a look at that. It's really up to, if it's sitting next to the dumpster, whoever property that is, and whoever owns the dumpster. I'm sure it sounds like it would be a business. The trash company should be taking that couch. So we can look into that and get that taken care of. Next question. Why are automobiles being ticketed on city streets during sweeping days and the street is not being swept? That should not be happening. If the street is not being swept, then you are allowed to park in the street and you should not be ticketed. So again, contact me. I can look into it a little further, take a deeper dive and find out. If you let me know what street, what date, I can look into it and talk to our street department and also our police department and get more information for you. Next question. If our driveway apron needs repaired, but the street is not one of those getting repaved, are we responsible for getting it fixed? The answer is yes. Your driveway apron is your responsibility to repair. When we come in and the city resurfaces a road, we do put in a new driveway apron if it's in bad condition. So if your driveway apron needs replaced and it's concrete, we replace it with concrete. If it's asphalt and it needs repaired, we replace it with asphalt. If you have a gravel driveway that's been grandfathered in, we put a asphalt driveway or asphalt drive apron in, and helps protect the stones on your side, but also the integrity of the road on our side. We only do that free of charge as part of the project when we resurface your road. If your driveway's apron is bad and it's not being resurfaced, the road's not being resurfaced by the city, it is your responsibility and your cost to repair that. Next question deals with Worcester Road West. When is that project going to start? So Worcester Road West is going to be reconstructed from approximately 4th Street downtown by Subway to Hudson Run, and then from Hudson Run to 31st Street is going to be resurfaced. I believe they're doing it all as one big project. The reconstruction portion that's a major undertaking, and as I mentioned before, there's a lot that goes into that. So the project has technically already started as we're investigating the storm sewer lines, the sanitary lines, the water lines, rebuilding inlets, things of that nature. So the project has technically already started from that perspective. Actually, detouring traffic, tearing up the road and reconstructing that, that'll start a little later. All of this kind of preliminary things have to happen first. So necessary repairs, if needed, can be made before they start digging up the road to resurface it. Again, reconstructing a road like Worcester Road West, and it's a very long stretch, that's a major undertaking, and so there's a lot that goes into it. So the work has already started kind of on behind the scenes and in investigating the lines and the utilities underneath the pavement. So from that perspective, it's already started. We'll get a better idea of when the actual tearing up the road and detouring traffic in the next few weeks, and I'll report back as soon as we get an update on that. Last question that came in, kind of a funny question. How many ties do I have? Every time, this person says every time they see me, I have a different tie on. And yes, I do have a lot of ties. Try to match them with my outfit. But I think that, I still like to dress appropriately for work. So shirt and tie in 99% of the cases. But prior to being mayor here, I worked in the business setting and corporate setting and had to wear a tie every day. So I do have quite a few ties, and I try to change them out as often as possible. So I hope that answers your question. Just lastly, a little message. We have a concert tonight at Lake Anna and Jam the RV, collecting school supplies for our students here and also for our teachers in the Barberton Public Schools. So please come down and hear the great music, free concert, and donate some school supplies. A lot going on here in the next couple months. City Council is on recess for the month of August, but we're not slowing down. We're working on our projects, and then we go into Labor Day, the 1st of September, with the Walk of Fame and the Labor Day festivities and the parade. So please join us for that. And at the end of September, we'll be getting into the Mum Festival. So there's a lot going on, a lot of great things going on here in Barberton. So stay tuned. Please bring in those questions for next week, and check back in so we can answer those questions. Thanks.